Hello,
Hi, everybody. I'm Laura.
I am Rubina.
Rupina.
Welcome to the Echoes and Embers podcast, where we host our soulful banter on the themes of life. Each week, we honor an element and a perspective that it brings, talking about their impacts and influences. This week, we are on the element of water. Our
Ooh,
topic, connection. But
yes.
before we dive in, let's set our space up for success.
Yes. Gonna light our Palo Santo a little bit here.
Follows. I need to get some new sticks. I've got like this butt end left.
You got a little nub over there, I see.
Little nubbins. Just hanging on, trying not to burn myself.
If you've never smelled Palo Santo, I really encourage you to get a stick. It's really, really nice.
So nice.
Bring a little earth in, even though we're on the water element.
Fire, baby, fire.
Oh, we got all the elements up in here. We got the fire, we got the wood, the water, got some air in the air.
Air in the air.
Air in the air. All right. We clear the noise. We keep the warmth.
We're here, you're here, and this space is ours.
What's true can stay.
The rest can go.
Bye-bye. Let's begin.
Let's begin.
It's been one of those days, weeks where we're both, prior to recording this episode, we're like, let's just shake this shit off of us and get into this connection. Let's get into this flow together and just bring in some good conversation to highlight the week. You know, life is always going through its waves and different heaviness and lightness, and you're just in the middle of it all trying to gauge where you're at. And you know, it's been really nice to come here and meet Ruby on the podcast and just cleanse it away and lift ourselves up with some good conversation. So
it's true. And it really reminds me how your brain will put up barriers when something feels like a task. Even just getting on the call sometimes with her, even though I know it's going to be good and it's going to feel relieving, and it's only ever brought me like relief. Your brain's just like, oh, it's a thing that I have to get done, and it's another task, and I'm like it's hard to get out of that mindset. So just we're acknowledging that.
Well, once we start hitting record and we get into it, and then we hit stop on the button of recording, we're just like, yo, we did good. All right. Yeah. I'm happy. You feel accomplished after like pushing through that mentality of like, oh man, that task, I got to get that off the to-do list kind of thing. And it's not like this is a daunting or overwhelming thing for us to do anyways.
No.
But just, you know, it's just sometimes like just getting to it, you know, sometimes getting over that hurdle of hitting start sometimes just, you know, puts a lag in the plan.
Yeah, for real.
There was a few times today where I was like, I'm going to text her and we're going to postpone recording because I'm just not feeling it. No, Laura, we're not doing that today. We're taking care of business. We are taking care of business.
I was like, you have to do it even if you don't want to, because you one, it needs to get done. Two, you know, you feel better when it's happening. Yeah. So what is your problem? Right. It's like going to the gym. Like what? Okay, this is going to help me this week. Just putting these two things together, like real, because it's a real reward every time that we're doing this.
Yeah,
I really do feel accomplished afterwards. And like, I am committed to you and to this. So why can't I just be more committed to myself and my physical journey? Like, I don't understand.
That's so funny because I'm like, I don't want to let her down and just postpone it anymore. But it's like, no, Laura, you need to keep commitment to yourself and keep going. Like, you know.
Yeah.
But as you said, we're always happy after we get it done and we've dove into it, and you know, our topics always line up with what we're feeling this week. Like,
I know.
It really is. It's so funny. Like this week we're talking about water, which it's summertime. I've been in the water just about every day since the sun has gotten a little closer and the days have gotten a little longer. You can probably see the burntness. We're all crispy. We're all crispy tomatoes in the house right now, but
so crispy.
That's the joy of getting out there and getting in the sun and getting in the water, and then, you know, connecting with the family outdoors on top of it. It's been a good summer so far. But you
That's
know,
great. Yeah, you've been hitting the lake a lot. I've been wanting to go to the beach, but I'm honestly, it's so hot out here in Florida that I'm like, I
bro,
don't want
just
to
take
get
yourself an
fried.
umbrella and get out there.
Yeah, you're
Literally, just like
right.
a little rain umbrella is good enough.
You're right.
But
I gotta.
connection is our wonderful topic of discussion today. And as Ruby and I connect, and we just kind of touched on like how committing to each other has really been boosting our week. There's other connections in our life that we find and come into and get blessed with that really just bring out the best in us. And I was reflecting this week of like when I met my husband, and it was probably one of the most wonderful things ever for sure. But but it was it was a day where I was at work. I was working a double, and I worked 4 doubles in a row, and I think it was a Monday, and I was ready after that shift to just go home. And typically after work, the crew that I would be serving with, we would all go out afterwards, get drinks, hang out at the local hole in the wall bar. And this particular Monday, I was just like, man, I need to go home and rest. I need sleep. I need to recuperate. Like pushing your body in your late 20s that hard for, to make $1 is a lot.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
partying on top of it. And it was a
It's
Monday.
exhausting.
Yeah, it's so exhausting. And then interacting with people nonstop and like keeping on that like happy go, go, go face. I was just, really resistant on going out. And finally, like I'm clocking out, and the girl that was really pushing me to come out that night, she's like, come on, just a couple hours and then I'll take you home. It's fine. And I was like, okay, fine. One, 2 drinks, that's cool. And I typically we would change out of our uniform, and I'll go get cute and put some makeup, freshen our makeup up and whatever, and go out. But that night I was just like, I don't even care. I'm wearing my work uniform, hair is in the messy bun. I don't have lipstick on. The mascara is probably sweated off to the side by then. And I remember sitting at a high top table, and I hopped off the bar and I walked over to the counter to get a drink, and there was this tall, dark, and handsome man standing there. And I remember like as I was walking up to the bar, literally I just heard this like like wow, he's so attractive, like light go off in my head. And I was self-conscious at the time, and I was just like, yeah, he's so hot, but yeah, he's not going to talk to me. Like, male egos, they don't really chat with me much. And I'm ordering my drink, and he turns to me and he's like, you have a Kleinfelter smile. And I was just like, what did he just say to me? Like, so I have 2 younger sisters, and like we were at a bar that like was in the neighborhood of where we went to high school. And we were just, my sisters are very popular, very like outgoing, friendly, everybody, well-known girls in the neighborhood. And uh I remember thinking, I was like, or I respond like, yeah, I'm Laura, or I'm I'm Julia, Natalie's older sister. Like, and my sisters and I, we look different. I'm short and brown haired. They're tall, blonde, blue eyes. Like we just, everybody thinks I'm like the miscellaneous sister off to the side. It's how I think of myself, I guess. It's not true. Like, but so and I remember we were chatting, and he was like, yeah, you guys all have the same smile. And I just took that as like the biggest compliment in the world. And I was like, cause it's not like you're a hot compliment. It's a like,
Yeah.
he's recognizing my smile, but it also goes back to like he was observant on like remembering my sister's smiles, and just like, he hasn't seen them since high school. And, I was 28, he was 26 at the time of when we met. So it's not like they were just in school last year together. It was like years had passed, and he still like could recognize that smile. So to me, I was just like, wow, that's pretty cool that you connected us through our smile. And, I remember playing it really cool, and I was like, okay, well, you know what? You enjoy your night. I'm going to grab my drink and go kick it with my friends in the back. We were out on the patio, and we were all sitting at a picnic table. I was with my friends, and there was a spot to the right of me that was available for someone to sit. And I remember he came out like with his group of friends, and they were over in the corner, and he just ended up making eye contact with me and just like coming and sitting next to me and engaging with me. And we ended up just, chatting on and off throughout the night. And one of the biggest things about that interaction that really stood out to me was when his leg was very near to mine, and our shoulders were near, but we were not touching. And I just remember feeling this very like radiant energy, like synergizing between us, and like just that energy right there to me spoke wonders. It was just like, yo, there's more to this than like just be open-minded, this and that. Like it was very exciting because I had never like really met somebody where I felt that energy so strongly. And as the night went on, we kind of parted ways at the bar, and I remember like he was walking past me to leave the bar, and I, hopped down from the chair I was sitting, shook his hand, and I said, it was really cool to meet you. I hope you have a good night. I was playing it so cool. I was not gonna be like, let me come with you or let's kick it. What's your number? I didn't do any of that. I played it cool. I shook his hand and I said it was a great time talking to you tonight. Have a great night. And, he was kind of dumbfounded. He was like, oh yeah, okay. And then I remember waking up the next morning and instantly had like a message from him on my phone. Like he had found me through Facebook and like made sure to like find me because he didn't have a cell phone at the time, but he had a computer where he would like, use his social medias on there. And he ended up finding me on Facebook and asked me out the next night. And now we're married going on 7 years. So well, together 7 years, 5 years of marriage, but still wonderfulness. Like it was just a really like one of the most like amazing experiences of connecting with somebody and just like honestly allowing the energy to feed me through that experience. Because you're at a bar, you're always gonna, it's like a hookup culture at the bar, and I was not in a place where I was like trying to hook up with people. I was like, the next person that I interact with, like male that I date or interact with, is somebody that I'm looking for like long-term like relationship status with. And
Yeah.
so it was really cool. Because I was also really kind of reserved at the same time, but I let that energy like speak through that situation and that experience, and it's led me here.
Yeah, look at this.
Look at
What
this.
a spark to recognize and
Oh yeah,
just let come to fruition.
yeah. I mean, he's my person. Just like you're my
Yeah.
person on like the friendship side, like that's my
Yeah.
person in the like let's life this shit together
Life it. Let's
person.
do it. Yeah, let's life
Let's
it
life this
together.
shit. Yeah, and
It feels right. It feels zingy. It feels everything feels good, comfortable.
oh
And
yeah,
yeah, I'm very happy for you and your
thank you.
happiness and how cool it was. Because I remember you texting me. I don't think it was that night. I think this was after you had like hung out a couple times, because you had texted me really early in the morning and were like, dude, I think I found the one. I remember you texting me that, and you were like telling me, you're like, yeah, I just saw these numbers, and I'm like,
Oh
something's
yeah,
happening.
yeah. So dude, like this was literally a week after, and by that point, like we had just about spent 7 days together since the moment we met. We were meeting up after work, whatever, and I had left his house that morning. I was Ubering at the time because I didn't have my license, and the Uber driver was behind a car, and it said 96 him 6 9, and my life path number is a 9 and his life path number is a 6, so it was like our two numbers and then it said him literally in the
Yeah.
middle, and I was just like, okay. Be any more obvious? Like when I ask for signs from the universe, I am like, I need exact and I need precise because I don't like playing the guessing game. And
Yeah.
so that is the only way that spirit, God knows how to connect with me, is giving it to me straight, because I don't listen to any of the little chatter bullshit. So I
Yeah.
was,
The interpretations lead you on a goose chase, and it's like,
yeah,
oh my gosh, there's too much going on.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
I,
I could see that license plate in my mind so clearly in that moment, sitting in that car, like, oh,
yeah. Yeah.
uh,
Yeah. I was like so shocked when you texted me that. I was like, oh shit, is this real? It's like,
well,
oh
yeah,
my
because I had
god.
also just like moved home from Arizona, and like I think I was 4 months home, moved home from
Yeah. I was
Arizona,
like,
and so
that
it was
was
like,
fast.
and I, oh wait, dude, that was literally 2 weeks after I had just come back to visit you for my 28th birthday. Remember when we hopped over to
Yeah.
California for a couple days? That
Yeah.
was literally like within like 4 days I met Zach, and then 7 days after that texting you about that. So it was just like boom, 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 boom. And
What a
it's,
time.
yeah, what a time indeed. And you know, I feel like in order to meet Zach, I really had to close some doors in my life, which I had just closed a very big
Yeah.
forgiveness circle on a past relationship that was very abusive. And at that summer, I was able to interact with that person and like get closure and healing. So I had to like, I don't know, I think that's what was able to pull Zach into my life like at that time and as quickly as it was, because I was able to like close this long chapter that literally lasted way longer than it should have, where I was just finally like, I am releasing this person from my life. Because I
Yeah.
always tried to be friends with that ex and try to help him through his misery. And you close a door and another one opens. That's
It
even better.
swings wide open.
Dude, it literally like, well,
Yeah. Like it really is. It's huge how when you actually make space for when you fully let something go and make that decision, like, yeah, there might be a gap of time where nothing's going on, but like if
yeah,
you truly do it, if you like on a soul level do it, bam, like it's you know?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That was that summer fall for me. I literally I literally meditated on cutting the cord with that person in particular, because there was always like a lingering like friendship after years of breakup and just like us trying to reconnect or see if there was whatever.
Yeah.
And I finally like literally meditated on that shit and cut a cord. Like I think my youngest sister was like, "Yo, you need to think about a physical cord and cut it." And I'm like, "Yes, ma'am."
Yes, man.
And
It's like
it
just
had
get that shit done.
yeah, because they weren't happy that I was even talking to that particular person anymore, and they just always wanted me to have better and do better for myself and not go back into that's time or space in my life. So,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
cool. Like literally, doors swung right open, and I'm cool with that. It's a good example for that, and trusting the process and trusting yourself and like leading yourself through things to lead you where you want to go and where you want to be at, and
Yeah.
connecting with the right people. And connections aren't always long term either. Like there's so many like little interactions that we can go through, and even just like say you're holding a door open for somebody and you share a smile with them and a thank you have no idea what that connection just did for that person. It might have been the highlight of their day. They might have been walking around thinking like nobody loves them, the world's raining on me, and then here you are opening the door and sharing a smile, and you just brightened that whole person's day up. Like connections are not always supposed to be long term and can always lead to smaller things that build to a greater purpose for yourself. And that's why kindness is cool. Like it's it's not always easy to be kind, especially when
Yeah.
people are shitheads.
Shit. Shite all around.
Some shysters.
Yeah.
But dude, pushing through on the kindness level, never know what you're doing for somebody else on the other side. Like, you know.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, that's a good example that I just had that you just gave because what was this? This was yesterday after a long day at work, and I'm just like my bag's heavy. I'm like waddling towards the door, and this Papa John, this, this Papa John's like delivery driver was coming out, and he held the door open for me, and I was a ways away, and like that awkward thing where somebody's like, oh,
Yeah.
he wasn't like that. He genuinely was like, I'm gonna hold the door open for this lady. And he was like smiling the whole time. I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. Let me just throw my trash away. Thank you. I appreciate it. And it was really nice. It was a very
Yeah.
nice moment to have. And
Well,
we
dude, you're
need
literally
those.
getting you're like giving like a push of like positive energy to that person too. It's more than just like a physical thing or an emotional thing that you're sharing with that person. You're literally like gifting them some positive interaction, which we all need. Like we are all craving so deeply positive interactions and positive connections, especially these days, like where we feel so isolated behind the screens. Or, how you were sharing with me earlier, how you've been feeling like you just kind of really want to isolate yourself and
Yeah.
recuperate yourself. Like, but how you were also acknowledging that you're probably just deeply craving connections with real, authentic, genuine people. And I think we're all going through that right now where we feel like we're not really finding our tribe, or we're not having that community feeling
Yeah.
that we were initially, like our instincts and our natural selves want and expect in this world.
Yeah. No, you're right. It's difficult. And, I was telling you earlier about how wanting to like isolate myself, I think of as, reflecting on is this self sabotage because even in this moment, like we were describing earlier, once you get over that hump and once I'm finally on the phone with her on this podcast recording, it like everything just kind of dissolves and it melts and it flows. And um, I'm thinking about now, like how I was explaining to you earlier that it's difficult for me in this moment. I feel more like irritated and angry those last couple weeks, and I haven't really been able to like express it through, I don't know, sadness or crying. Like tears aren't flowing. I just feel hot, irritated, and overheated. And I like to be able to, not have that burdened on people that I care about. So I want to isolate, but
Yeah.
in the moment where they notice, like, oh, well, it was brought up to me, I was like, well, very gently, why are you moving with so much aggression? And like those moments of reaching your hand out and noticing what's happening and not being upset about it or blaming me for being just moving with a quickness because I'm so like I feel so overwhelmed in my body. And I was able to explain it. I said, uh I'm just irritated right now. And it was one of those things where, when you try to reach for something like twice and you can't grab it and it frustrates you because you're already
Yeah.
mad, and then you just like rip it. Like that's what I did. And it was cool because like that moment of noticing, like how you were saying that he noticed your smile and noticed the Kleinfelter smile, and that stuck with him on memory. It's like those little nuanced things of like picking up when somebody is upset, or giving this space to express express what's actually going on, even if it's not a happy moment, if it's harder moments. And it relaxed me. I was like, oh, acknowledgement, like just on a deep psychological level. It's like, okay, I can relax. Let me just go take
Yeah,
a
it's like
shower
you're
now.
feeling seen, you know?
Yes, yeah.
And that is a
and
form of connection and craving that deeper like connection, you know?
and that's why I think it was valid that I've been reflecting, thinking like, okay, is my isolation habit a form of self-sabotage? And I do think it is, because it's like me going to be by myself to what, stew in it more and have a harder time getting up and doing something that's going to help me, rather than having a catalyst around me that's going to like help me see that maybe it's not so bad, or soothe me, or point out when I'm be my mirror, right? Connection as a mirror, be my mirror to
Mhm.
say, hey, you're moving about with some aggression, not in a blaming way, just I'm curious about it, like what's going on.
Mhm.
And that's so needed. Like it's so needed. And yeah, it could really be any moment. There's also, I think the reason why I've been so hot and irritated and like um upset is because, yeah, there are people that you maybe are disconnected from, or that's already part of your tribe or your village or your community, that there's been strife or like disconnection in, and you try to reach out to them and you try to meet them in a place or a space or be on the same page, and they're not ready to meet you yet. And it's very difficult because it's like you're mourning the time that you don't,
Possibility.
the possibility, the time that you get to spend with them, the is it, are we ever gonna meet on the same page? Are we ever going to have the connection that you thought you would have? um
Yeah, especially when you have all those expectations and hopes and dreams and wants, and it might even be somebody that's just right down the street, you know, and you're like,
yeah,
why is this so hard? Shoot, it could be
yeah,
somebody in the other room. You never know. Like, it's like, where can we gauge, build a bridge here? And,
yeah,
I've had to give up on a lot of certain dreams or things that I thought were going to be because certain connections just didn't last like I thought. And it's okay. um, there are certain connections that do wither away at times, but then come back, and it's just all about allowing yourself that grace and that patience with yourself and that person. Like kind of touching back on the mirror reflection. Like a lot of times, like even with my own sisters, like there's been times like especially growing up in our 20s where we were just on different pages, but we were always so close that they were always like my best friends, but there was times where we just like we weren't seeing eye to eye, we weren't on the same page, we were just at different places in life,
Yeah.
and we were just like, um, just resisting and not coming together. And it took a lot of time and patience and learning and accepting. Like, accepting is a huge thing when you love someone and you want to keep making it work, like accepting them for who they are, where they're at, and, trying to, build that bridge. And it's not, I don't know, it's not always easy,
No, it's
but
fucking
you
hard.
got to get over yourself. That's not a
Yeah.
message for you. That's a message for me. I got to get over my shit in order to, like, sometimes just make it happen.
Yeah.
Especially, like, I think about people, um, parents and kids. Like, I have someone close in my life who has a huge disconnect with a parent, and it's like the parent is just so resistant of the kid, and like the kid wanting to have the relationship, and it's just like, why? Get over your adult bullshit so that you and
Yeah.
your child can like flourish together. Like, that's a very vague example because I don't want it I don't want to put
Yeah.
the business out there, but
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
something that I have had to witness for somebody that I know. And it's just so, I just want to shake both of them and tell them to shut the fuck up and fucking share a hug and get over it. Like,
Yeah.
we try so hard for connection, and we try so hard for ourselves and others. I think we try harder for others than we do ourselves sometimes. Like, as we were
Well,
saying, like,
yeah.
trying to show up for each other to record and be consistent with our cast.
And
It's like we
that's why,
try so hard for other people, and
yeah.
then the people on the other side, they don't even see that or recognize that that's what they're doing for other people. It's like such a disconnected cycle, and it's odd. And it's a
Yeah. And
cycle I'm
that's
trying
why
to work on.
it's interesting because it's like with people that you really are synergized with, like you and I, right?
Hmm.
Like me and you and Zach, me and Ashley, for example. It's easy because we meet each other on a level of commitment and understanding and dedication to each other, right? And sometimes in family relationships those things are taken for granted, and there's
Yeah.
expectations or there's a blur of what I'm allowed to do to the person or should be accepted or forgiven or seen as, because okay, you're my mom, my dad, my sister, my brother, whatever it is, my cousin, my aunt, my uncle. Um and that's something that I feel like just generationally as humans, we are collectively learning how to move towards better relationships, like the chosen ones that we have in our lives. Like we're chosen, me and you. You and Zach are chosen.
Hmm.
Me and Ashley are chosen. It's different. We meet each other from zero. There's nothing inherited. And we learn how to connect with each other. And what we do as we build families and friendships and communities and villages, like every day moving forward, is how to be better, right? And
Hmm.
the like you were saying earlier, like we were saying earlier, is how we showing up for each other is connection, is community. That's how all of us are stronger. It's like making the decision that okay, we are a unit, we're a village, we are a community of people that we care about, we want to show up for each other, and we have to remember that when we're feeling weak. And
Yeah.
that's why I'm really grateful for this podcast too, because this is picking me up on my weak points. This is like every time I'm like, okay, I fuck this week, man. Fuck it. Fuck all of it. Like, I'm so upset with all these other things that are happening in my life. Like, this is great because I'm actually able to verbalize what's going on, through our topics because they're so aligned, like we keep mentioning. It's like it
Yeah,
keeps
it's odd.
happening.
It's so funny.
It's so funny how it happens. But also like, yeah, we don't want to drop the ball. We don't want to miss out on this opportunity to keep going. Like,
Yeah.
so
It's
I,
divine timing. It's
yeah,
been literally the flow between it all for both of us.
that's a
And
major, like, just connection in general, like because
yeah.
we're so like we stay so true to ourselves and to each other, and we stay true in the commitment for the thing that we're doing, whether it's you and his relationship, me and Ashley's friendship, our devotion to this podcast. That's what keeps things going, and to
Hmm.
to remember that in our daily interactions, whether it's with a stranger holding the door open or somebody that you work with. It's difficult to maintain, but I think the main takeaway for me personally with this episode and this topic is remembering that being connected to one another in a positive way is really going to make us stronger. And that sounds so cliche, but I think it's so on topic with just the climate of the world right now, especially in the United States. Like,
Mm-hmm.
don't, isolation is not the
Don't shut
answer.
down. Do not
Yeah.
shut down.
Don't shut
Bottom
down. Do
line,
not
do not shut
isolate.
down.
Yeah.
You
Bottom
know,
line.
I mean, dude, connection, community, like that is gonna give purpose to you and to them, and a reason to get up and do it all over again. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, man.
I mean, connection
It's
is
true.
technically like a sacred responsibility. We're not meant to exist
That's a great
isolated.
way of putting
And
that. That's
you know,
really awesome. A sacred responsibility. It's fucking true.
just a little side note I had jotted down. We are stewards of each other's humanity. Every act of connection, listening deeply, sharing authentically. Can you help me with that word? On
Authentically?
authentic, wow.
Wait, which one
Auth-
are you reading?
Authenticity. Number
Authenticity.
7. Thank you. Like
Number
that tongue
7.
tie really, really tripped me up. Showing up with presence is an act of service. It says, your existence matters. I witness you. I value the bridge between us. Like, just as you were saying
Yeah.
with that connection earlier this week that helped you just gently ease out of it and,
Yeah.
respect it. Like, you're going to gain respect for yourself and others the more you're not isolating and shutting down, and you're giving and you're willing to receive at the same time. Like, as much as you're giving, you have to be willing to receive it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not a one way, it's a two way.
My cat's just staring at me over here. I don't know if she wants me to like connect with her or what, but she's just like, yo, dude, I, she's just
Give
like
me some
staring into my soul.
moments. She wants
Or
ya.
tuna, I'm not sure.
She probably wants the tuna.
She wants the tuna. As we are approaching the end of this topic of water again, this is our second time opening discussion on
Chapter
water.
2.
Chapter 2. It's been a
Yeah.
really, really wonderful thing to just continue on. Like, I was scrolling through to get to our notes today to see what we were talking about, and I clicked on episode 5, and I was like, holy cow, wait, we're on episode 7. So
Yeah.
this is number 7. Like, this is some good consistency. Like, I'm proud of us for showing up and staying in tune with this, connecting, and like keeping it going. So
Me
dude,
too.
this has been medicine. It really has for me. And
It
thanks
has
Ruby
for me
for
too.
showing up with me.
It's been so
uh
necessary for me, and I feel super grateful.
Same here. We're gonna close again with just a little meditation. We've been really enjoying just the closing pieces here that the meditation brings for us as we wrap up this water topic of connection. Let's say it again, connection. Honestly, it's a really
Connection.
like fun, like it's a really like smooth word to say, connection. Like, just the like
Connection.
the conductivity of it. Like, it just, you can feel it,
Yeah.
you can kind of feel it build in your throat and in your vocals. Like, it's actually following through with the action of the word in a sense.
Connection. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, right? You feel
Yeah, I
it?
do.
I'm a big energy feeler person. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, but
She's in tune with the current.
I talk in languages of frequency best. That's why I stumble on my words so much. All right. So, we're going to get this meditation underway. Ruby, do you want to do the meditation or you want me to?
Oh, I guess I could, huh?
Yeah, you could. You lead us this
Let's
time,
see.
girl.
Okay. All right. All right, everybody, take a deep breath. Close your eyes gently. Take a deep breath in. And let it go slowly. Feel your feet grounded beneath you. Feel your breath rise and fall in your chest. You're here now. Place one hand over your heart and whisper inwardly, I am open, I am connected, and I am supported. Imagine a soft golden thread extending from your heart down into the earth and up into the sky, outward toward all beings. Feel yourself woven into the great web of life, connected, seen, and held. Breathe in peace. Breathe out gratitude. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes and carry the feeling of connection with you.
Yay.
Yay!
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 This is so great.
That was good. That was well done. Have you ever led meditation before?
I've never done it before, no.
Oh, dude, you did so good.
Thank you.
You did so good. I like that. Dude, I was super in it.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
good,
cool.
good.
Dude, I didn't even realize it was talking about the thread, and that's really cool. I like that.
Did you already envision it as it was
yeah. I felt that shit in my fucking tip of my head.
Yes! That's so great.
Dude, it's cool.
That.
When you really put your thought and your imagery, you can like, I don't know, when you believe so hard behind it and you just put it there, then you like literally intertwine and you can feel that shit. And that goes for anything, not just like a meditation or anything. Just it's the power of the mind right there.
Even when you're at the gym, or doing your squats in the living room.
Dude, anywhere. Well, we're going to get more into that topic one day.
We will. Maybe on the Earth episode.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us. We'll see you guys for episode 8. Talking about air.
Episode 8. Air.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, we're going to be discussing inspiration. It's very exciting. I'm super pumped. Yeah, I love to feel inspired.
I do too.
Floating in the air. It's great. But yeah, thanks again. Very happy we did this. It's always a pleasure to be speaking with you, Laura. So we'll see you next week.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.